I have always been really curious about the answer to this question. Because, timeline-wise, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't quite make sense. When the Sora comic was being produced, all of the Vinsmokes were still kids. So it doesn't really make sense that the comic would be based on them. But yet also, all of their powers and abilities are noticeably the exact same as from the comic, and it is clearly based on them. And it is so accurate, in fact, that people were able to recognize Sanji's abilities from the comic, despite the fact that Sanji never fought with his siblings. So, how does this make sense? The way I see it, there are three possibilities. Possibility number one, which is a fan theory that I have liked for a long time, is that the Germa 66 lineage has been passed down through multiple generations. That would mean that the characters we see in the Sora comic are Judge, his siblings, and his father. Now, there is some evidence that this might be the case, as we see with Sanji's bad timeline. Oda drew good and bad timelines for the different Straw Hats. This is how he drew Sanji's bad timeline. He becomes Judge, which might imply that Judge did the same thing before him becoming his own father. Now, while this is my favorite explanation for Germa 66 in the Sora comics, it's not the only one. Another very fun theory that a lot of people have proposed is that the comic came first, and Judge was just a really big fan. He was a super fan of the Sora comics when he was younger, and he dedicated his life to replicating the bad guys from his favorite comic book. Now, this theory is definitely a lot sillier, but come on, this is Oda we're talking about. Anything is possible. And then the final theory is the one that I think holds the least amount of water. Sora, Warrior of the Sea, was propaganda made by the world government. But what if it was also propaganda by Germa 66? It's possible that the characters in the Sora comic were based on Judge's plans before he had actually implemented them, hyping up him and his children to seem like these incredible badasses before they ever actually did anything. I do think this theory is the least likely because, as I said, this is world government propaganda, so I don't know why they would include Germa propaganda in their own propaganda. But hey, anything's possible, I guess. But what do you guys think? How did these adult characters manage to get into a comic book when they were still just children?